Hey guys, this is Dawn. Welcome to Gulf Coast October. I'm gonna have my little picture of myself up in the top corner for just a minute, just in case you forgot what I look like. Actually, that picture was in 2018. um, but I wanted to paint. I've been painting a lot. I entered some of my stuff in the fair this year. And so this has been the past few days. It's late at night right now in the world I'm in my current realm. It is very late at night. I'm very tired, but I wanted to go ahead and do my voiceover for this. Oh, I hope you caught it because bye bye selfie picture is gone. I really had no idea what I wanted to paint. I just wanted to paint. I was feeling a little stagnant. I've been on a roll painting all kinds of stuff and redoing old paintings that I did, bringing them back to life with flowers and vines and jasmine and roses and all kinds of stuff. And as I was doing this, I was thinking, this is starting to look like water and sky, and I'm not really in the mood to do a beach thing. Like, what is going to happen? Which way is this going to go? So I was looking at it at a few different angles, and I was like, okay, the top, that looks like sky. Let's just do some clouds. All right, that's fine. I'll do clouds. But I had something I had to do on this day, and the irony was I had to go to the fairgrounds. And I was not in a bad mood. I was in a chipper mood. If you catch me before anything's happened to me, usually I'm in a pretty decent mood. And I was like, what am I going to paint on this? And it occurred to me, I've been wanting to paint this Ferris wheel. I put it in the top right corner from Fairyland Caverns at Rock City Gardens, Rock Gardens. Sorry. Whenever you see the painted barns that say Sea Rock City, I love that place. I've been there 3 times now. I always thought it was in Tennessee. It's in Georgia. That's awful. I've been there 3 times. I thought it was in Tennessee. But anyway, so I knew I could not get the geometry on this correct, and I couldn't understand. My brain just wasn't mathing today at all, and I didn't let it stop me, as you can tell. And now, when I'm looking at it doing the voiceover, I can see exactly where I went wrong. And if I were to go back, I mean, I could see it on the left hand side that it needs to be pulled three-dimensionally through. Um, but I just was like, I wasn't going to let it stop me. I just needed to paint, and I needed to, just go into that escape that I can go into sometimes. I love painting. I was really thankful that this was how I was starting my day because I had to go somewhere, and the coincidence was it was the fairgrounds, and I remember pulling up, and there's this big Ferris wheel. I was like, that's weird. That's what I'm painting at home, and like, but somebody that like. Somebody that I just kind of like used to have to deal with a lot more, and I'd always been polite to them. They have not always been polite to me, but they were there, and they were making it very apparent that they were going to be very rude to me. It's like, and then somebody else noticed it. Another person that was there noticed it, and she started to get in it, and I was like, no, please don't. I was like, I just stand right here, because like when people treat me this way, it's so weird. Like, even though like at first it stung, but then my next thought was, what is so sad and broken in this other person's world that they do that to other people? Like, that's how they have a spine, is to treat other people that way. And I'm not going to get into details, and I don't want to call out specific people because it's just not worth all that. And I literally, I'm going to pray for this person. Like, I didn't have it in me yet, but I am going to. So I got home, and I realized I need to remove my services. I had signed up to volunteer for 4 hours. That was for myself. Really, honestly, it was selfish. I wanted to be. Now I won tickets. I don't have to volunteer to get in for free, which is a great thing. If your town has a fair, volunteer and you could get in for free. Volunteer for an hour or so, and then you're in. A lot of fairs allow you to do that. It's fun. Then you can pay, get a wristband, and ride all the rides. Have a good time. But yeah, I didn't want to let all that get under my skin. But I got home and I sat down to keep painting, and I was like, oh, the Ferris wheel, man. It kind of like tainted my vibe. But I was like, no, I'm not gonna let that get to me. It is okay. I've also been having a lot of pain in my mouth. I've got some nerve damage that it's just something I have, and I have to deal with it. And so sometimes when I'm trying to talk to people, You know, I could tell that I'm mumbling and slurring, and it's hard for people to understand me sometimes. Plus, I talk fast. um, but I did see a couple of people that were happy to see me, and it was, you know, just nice to be able to say hi to people out in the world. Um, but I had dropped off some of my art for the competitive events, and you know, it's this town. You know, it used to be a small town, and it's getting bigger. I've lived here a long time, a long, long time. I know a lot of people, so I can't get along with everybody, and that's fine. I don't expect everywhere I go to just get along with everybody. But it did really bring to my consciousness, you know, I came home and I was like, I know I need to go through my YouTube channel, and I know I need to take a lot of videos down because as I've grown, you know, and that's what I want to do. I want to grow, I want to encourage other people to grow. I was feeling like there's some things that just are like getting revisited over and over and over. And I know this might sound kind of paranoid, but it's fine. It's just probably my ritual of how to deal with things. Is I can't have like loose ends out there flapping around in the wind. So I've just been going through my tube, and I'm like, you know what? Some of this stuff, I needed it at the time, and I'm hopeful that it was helpful to some people. But some of this stuff has to come down because um, early diagnosis of things is sometimes a place where we can get really angry. I'm going to see if I can't find other venues to have outlets and to share healthier outlets than just like getting mad and rambling on about stuff on YouTube. You know what I mean? I hope you do. If there's videos of mine that you can't find, you're not losing your mind. I probably made them private. But it's usually because, you know, just as I grow and evolve on my journey, there's times where I look back and I'm like, that's just not the kind of energy I want to be putting out there into the universe. But painting, that's fantastic energy. If you haven't noticed, like I started on this canvas, I had no clue what I was doing, and then I just kept going. And even when it would seem as if I had messed up horribly, yeah, I was like, I'm just gonna paint some vines over this. 'Cause that's what I do. Um, you know, in my mind, I was like, can I paint a beautiful 3D Ferris wheel that looks like blacklight? No, I cannot. Maybe I could if I tried harder, or if I could grasp geometry a little bit better. But I, you know, they just, unfortunately, they do not start teaching geometry until, what, like 10th, 11th grade? Oh my goodness. Geometry needs to be day one. Just wrong with the way our schools teach stuff. If we could understand how shapes three-dimensionally are from the inside out, like if we were forced to draw this stuff every day, I think more people could even understand the stock market. It would infiltrate into all kinds of other stuff. They don't do that, though, do they? It's even kind of optional. Is geometry optional? I don't know. We did it. My kid is in 11th grade. They did geometry last year. We incorporated Freemason stuff. Because my grandpa was a master Mason, Freemason. Yeah. Anyway, that was like traditional ancestry stuff I passed on. So what am I doing? I'm just talking while I'm painting, I guess. So yeah, I have to do voiceovers if I'm going to do painting videos because in real time I am jamming out. I'm somewhere in here. You probably hear me in the background for a short clip. I forgot where I put it. It's just somewhere. I'm just talking right through it now though, probably. But I love to sing and jam out while I paint. I like to sit up on my chair like a bird, like a buzzard, you know, and I will sing and rock while I paint. And it is hard for me to paint on an easel because I like to actually hold the canvas up real close to my face. But I also want to be able to make some videos of this. I love these kinds of ways of documenting the things that I've done and the steps that I took. I know I'm not getting into details. Basically, it's acrylic paint. And then this is a dry erase marker because all my other markers were dried out. So I just used a dry erase marker. Oh yeah, this was where I was like, I really want to put like lampposts with lanterns on them. Like this is a walkway. I didn't even mean for that to be a walkway. It was just a blobbity thing, you know. But I really wanted to make it kind of look like it was at least evening time, and I knew I couldn't match the colors in the background of the picture, but a lot of times with art, it's you are letting yourself become inspired by something that you experienced, or hopefully you have a photo of. That's really great. You get inspired by it. And just let that be the beginning of something, and then you just kind of take off, and you just, before you know it, you're off to the races. And if you have music going, I could be just painting lines and like the background, the first part of this painting. I was thinking about all kinds of stuff that I was needing to heal within myself, maybe a little bit of what I need to do. But a lot of times when I'm painting, I might like these polka dots. I was just thinking about starting over and letting everything be clean within myself. Look, I'm a child of the 80s. I can't be letting something that some guy, his behavior towards me, which was so obvious and blatant that even somebody else in the room noticed it. And somebody else apologized on behalf. It was really interesting. So, and I just prayed about it, and I made sure, I really was feeling like rash. Like, I'm going to make a rash decision right now. And I'm like, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. So I left. And before I even decided that I didn't need to be volunteering this year, I realized he's one person, and there's like a lot of people that are involved in the fair. And it was just a little bit of an anxiety that I could put better use of my energy into something else. And it's not, and then the other thing, this was the other thing I was praying about it. And there's a workshop that day that I really need to do. It was something else I've been praying about. And it has to do with, how do you know when you start feeling like some of your older content is stagnant to your current existence? That's what I was praying about. And then there's a whole dang workshop about it. I'm like, what? And it happens to be exactly when I'm signed up to volunteer at the fair. And I was like, well, if that isn't like, spirit going, yeah, you not only do you need to like back out of this, you have to, and this is why, because you have a responsibility to go to this workshop. You know what I mean? Anyway, so let's see. I still got this dry erase marker, and I'm just trying to fill in and like highlight and outline things. But this is a really good dry erase marker, so it was absorbing into the painting immediately and turning gray. I have been using dry erase markers from the Dollar Tree, which are like actually outstanding permanent markers. They're not dry. I'm like, have they not been sued for selling these things to innocent people just because they're cheap? Okay, so here's at the end of the painting. I just did not want to quit, y'all. I could have just been painting on this forever. It's like the painting that never ends, It just keeps on going on and on, my friends. So I was like, I'll just do like a frame, but not like a frame, but just like an abstract. What is this called? Blocking, I think. Yeah. I kept thinking, let me just do one more and then I'll be done. And then I was like, wait, let me do one more and then I'll be done. And then I'll be like, I'll put another one right here. Now I'll be done. And so then, at some point I painted the oranges on those like little kumquat tangerine. What is that little fruit? I forgot when I painted those in there, but I had forgot to hit record. But so I did these like abstract bars around like a frame, and I did polka dots. And I'm telling you, all through all this, I'm just thinking about all the things that are making me sad, and I'm redirecting my sadness. For a while I was complaining about my white paint pen by Sharpie that sucks. All it does is make big blobs of circles. Don't get it. If you try to get the white Sharpie paint pen, they are awful. So I had to do with a paintbrush with white paint and go and highlight everything. Anyways, and then this is it. I'm gonna shut up.